story I'm going to read you today is called Emily and the Snowflake, and it's written by Jan Wall and illustrated by Carolyn Ewing. Emily and the Snowflake. It was the morning before Christmas, and no snow had fallen yet. Emily Rosebush bundled up warm. She gazed at the broad, mysterious sky. The sky seemed to be one huge cloud. "There must be a hole up there," Emily said to herself. "Soon maybe a snowflake will fall and I can catch it." Just look at her rushing out the house. Inside the house, her mother, Mrs. Rosebush, marched back and forth, and she was busy hanging mistletoe, green fir branches. "Emily, why don't you go outside?" her mother had said. "You just might find the first snowflake. That would be a good idea." So there is Mother hanging some branches around the house. And there's some birdies on by the windowsill. At noon, her father returned, carrying a brown box with small holes. Emily pretended not to see him, shifted from his other side. She kept studying the silver sky. "What are you looking for?" asked Mr. Rosebush. "The first snowflake," said Emily. "I'm snowflake keeper number 1. An important job." She showed him a small blue tin box. She had a box herself. "When it falls," she said, "I'll catch it in this." "Ah, best of luck," replied her father, and he hurried into the house with the brown box. Everybody was in a crazy hurry on the day before Christmas, wrapping or hiding things. But Emily stood outside, waiting to do her special job, to catch the first snowflake. You think you can do that? Catch the first snowflake? Overhead, the sky hung thick as gray wool. At last, the very first snowflake twinkled down. "Come here," Emily ordered. The flake failed to listen. Quickly, she bobbed about the yard. Without a sound, the snowflake landed in her box. She snapped the lid shut. Now she has a snowflake in her box. How about that? See, there she's catching it. There she's riding her bike. Snowflake keeper number 1 rushed into the house to show it off. Her father gave an odd cough. "Oh, we didn't hear you." Her mother's hand was on the knob of the cellar door. Emily almost didn't notice. "I have it," Emily squealed, opening the box. Both parents peeked inside. "A lovely drop of water," said her father. "Yes, a fine drop," echoed her mother. There was a drop of water in the box. "Lock the doors," wailed Emily. "Someone stole my snowflake." At that moment, a howl rose from the cellar. "What's down there?" Emily wanted to know. "Nothing," said Father. "Maybe the same wind that brought your snowflake." "I don't have any snowflakes," said Emily. "Yes, you do," said her mother. With a pair of scissors, she cut a snowflake out of a white paper and gave it to Emily. "See, there it is." She's holding it up. Emily stared at it. "Wow, what a wonderful, excellent snowflake," she fibbed. It will never ever melt," said her father, and her parents went right back to their secrets. They had a secret. They didn't want to tell her about it. The rest of that long day, Emily carried the paper cutout around in the tin box. But she said it was not enough to get a snowflake made of paper. She wanted the real thing. To forget, Emily helped her father bake ginger snap cookies. Each one was in the shape of a roly-poly ginger man or snowman. They covered the cookies with icing. See, they could be snowman or they could be ginger snap. They should be gingerbread guys. Later, she and her mother hung them on the prickly pine tree. From time to time, she heard a howling from the cellar. "If that is wind," said Emily, "I hope it brings a ton of snow." However, that night, when Emily went to bed, there still was no snow on the ground. No snow. There was no snow. She heard her parents talking downstairs. She closed her eyes and was soon dreaming. She met a snowman named Mr. Woggle. He handed her a card with his name printed on it. She admired his purple mittens. He took her by the hand. Now this is what she's dreaming, that she is talking to the snowman. Together, both of them walked down to Thelma Smith's store on Gerber Street. Snow was piled high. It was amazing how Mr. Woggle could talk without legs or walk without legs. They sat on green leather stools. Mr. Woggle had a sore throat and did not talk, so Emily ordered 2 pistachio cones, please. Emily was enjoying her cone and company. Then all at once, her dream lifted off and she woke up. Just look at them at the store. Now she's coming down the stairs, sniffing cranberry waffles. Emily quickly got dressed, ran downstairs. Out in the yard, she saw dazzling snow. Presents lay under a beautiful lit tree. "Where do I start?" she exclaimed. So she must have had lots of presents. Just look under the tree there. Looks like it. "Start with the waffles. They are still hot," said Mr. Rosebush. "Swell idea," said Emily as she sat down at the table. However, before Emily finished eating, she'd heard a terrific scratching noise and a yipping from under the tree. See, now this is the package that had holes in it, see? You have a bow on top. All the rose bushes ran to the living room. "One of the presents," said her mother, "is alive," finished her father. Darting under the tree, Emily opened the noisy wrap box with strange holes. Inside wiggled a puppy who snuggled up to her. "Can you give him a name?" asked her dad. Think hard," said her mother. The dog wagged a frisky tail, and he gave Emily an early Christmas morning kiss. "Snowflakes," said Emily Rosebush. "That's what I'm going to name him." Just look at that. There's Snowflake in her arms. Thank you so much for listening to that story. That was a nice story about Emily and the snowflake. Have a great day and God bless.